Good morning, students. My voice is okay. Are you able to? Okay, fine. If you're able to see, you're able to hear my voice. Let's wait for 2-3 minutes, then we'll start today's class. That is mixed design. Okay. Last class we studied about RMC, right? Hope you don't have any doubts from that part. If you have doubts, let me know. So today we'll study about mixed design. Mixed design of concrete. So that means we can design concrete also. Okay, let me share my screen. My screen is visible. My screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's continue. So basically, about the let's start with the introduction. So concrete is obtained by mixing. As we know, as we have studied about concrete, we can obtain concrete by mixing cement, fine aggregate, cement, and coarse aggregate with water, or sometimes we add admixtures also. In required proportions, the mixture, when placed in forms and allowed to cure, becomes hard like stone. Right? So concrete is a mixture of cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, water, and admixture in correct proportion. So this proportion, where is? Let me note one second. Just give me a minute. Are you able to hear me? Okay, yes. Okay, so basically, I lost connection. So basically, concrete is a required proportion of cement, fine aggregate, water, and admixtures. Okay, the hardening is caused by chemical action between water and cement, due to which concrete grows stronger with age. So we have studied about this in our concrete class, and is most widely used man-made construction material in the world. So basically, concrete is the man-made material. So concrete making materials are cement, aggregate, water, and admixtures. So we have studied about different types of cement, right? Ordinary Portland cement, all the cements in our cement classes. Aggregates. So aggregate should we should know about the how fine it is. It is coarse or not. What is the shape? Shape can be classified rounded, irregular, angular, flaky, and elongated. Then unit weight, whether it is normal weight, heavy weight, or light weight. So these are the knowledge we should have about the aggregates. And the main purpose of the aggregate is to provide bulk to the concrete. to give some, it provides some weight to the concrete. Okay, and some of the aggregates may be chemically active. It imparts greater volume, stability, and durability of concrete. Now, after aggregate, water. It is most important and least expensive ingredient of concrete. One part of water is used in the hydration of cement to form the binding matrix. So, what we do, we mix all the dry ingredients, and water helps in mixing. It helps in mixing all the dry ingredients, and it helps to making a fluidy material, fluidy concrete. Okay. Now, admixture we discussed already. Let's discuss it once again. So there are various admixtures we used. Some admixtures are used as accelerators, which will speed up the initial set of concrete. Some are used as retarders, which delay the setting time of concrete mix. Some uses some admixtures are uses for plasticizers and super plasticizer to reduce the water. So these are the various admixtures we can use for waterproof pigments, corrosion inhibiting chemicals, antifungal admixtures. So there are different types of mixtures which we use based on the purposes or requirements. Okay. Now basically the types of concrete mix. So let we have nominal mix, which is in this slide is not represent. We have three types of mix. Somewhere it is classified in three groups, and somewhere it is classified into two groups. So basically we have one nominal mix, which generally our laborers used to mix in the site. They just assume some proportion and they just mixed. Okay. Next is the standard mix. Standard mix means IS 456 2000 permits nominal mix for concrete of strength M20 or lower. So M5, M10, M15, M20. So the proportion of cement. Are you aware of this 5, 10, 15 and 20? I have assumed that you know, but let me know. Are you aware of this M5, M10, M15, M20? You know about this? What is M5? What is M10? What is M15? What is M20? Okay, Rohini said yes. What about others? If you know, just type Y. Don't need to type the whole yes, ma'am. If you know about this M5, M10, M15, just let me know. Yes, what about others? You know about this M5, M10, M15, M20 or not? There are so many students. At least type yes. Okay. 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 Good. Okay. So basically, good. Thank you for your responses. So basically, uh, all the grades of concrete below M30 or M20 are considered under nominal mix. Okay, or you can say standard mix. So IS 456 2000 has given the proportion of this is cement 1 is to like this, cement fine aggregate, or you can say sand plus, is to coarse aggregate. So they have given the ratio. Now design mix is designated on the basis of the requirements of the concrete in fresh and hardened state. So below above M25, you can say somewhere sometimes M25 is also considered a nominal mix, but basically from M25 all the grades are considered as design mix. we used to design the basically proportion. Okay, we designed the proportion of cement, fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. That's why it is called as design mix. So prepared to verify whether the design mix would perform as per the assumption. If appreciable variation exists, the available alternatives are. So the trial mix are prepared, and they were used to we used to modify those trial mix on the basis of intuition and employ the revised proportion at the site. We prepared the trial mixes and we used to make some cubes of that mixes, and we used to test. If those tests sustain that loads, we used to take that proportion as design mix. So if you go with the definition, mix design is a science of determining the relative proportion of the ingredients of concrete to achieve the desired properties in the most economical way. So basically what we do, we design the proportion of ingredients of cement, fine aggregate and coarse aggregate to get a concrete of desired properties. Now what are the principles? The environment exposure condition for the structure, the grade of concrete, their characteristic strength. So basically M20, that 20 represents the characteristic strength of concrete. Okay, and standard deviations. The type of cement, the types and size of aggregates and the source of supply, nominal maximum sizes of aggregate, maximum and minimum cement content in kg per meter cube, water cement ratio, degree of workability of concrete based on placing conditions. So basically these are the requirements of main principles of mixed design. Air content inclusive of entrained air, the maximum minimum density of concrete, maximum minimum temperature of fresh concrete, type of water available for mixing and curing, the source of water and the impurities present in it. So basically all the 13s are the main principle of mixed design. That means you should have a data of all the points mentioned here. So this is one environmental exposure condition which is given in IS 456 2000. So if you are taking if your environment you consider as mild, if your exposure condition is like this: concrete surfaces protected against weather or aggressive condition except those situated in coastal area. So then your environment will be considered as mild. If concrete surfaces sheltered from severe rain or freezing, wet concrete exposed to condensation and rain, concrete continuously underwater, concrete in contact or buried under non-aggressive soil and water. So for these condition, it will be considered as more. So based on the different condition, your environment will be considered as mild, moderate, severe, very severe, or extreme. Okay. Now different characteristic strength of 150 cube at 28 days. So we have studied about compressive strength test, right? So here it is about the compressive strength test at 28 days in Newton per square. So for ordinary concrete, when we construct a M10 grade concrete cube, so it should give at 28 days this much strength, 10. M10 means this 10 represents its characteristic strength. Okay, this 10 represents its characteristic strength. This 15, 20, all this value represents its characteristic strength at of 150 cube at 28 days. If you go back to the compressive strength test of concrete, we have studied in earlier classes. So that what we do, we used to make three cubes of 150 150 by 150 like, right? And we used to test the cubes on 7th, 14th and 28th days. So on 28 days your cube should give the strength of, suppose my mouse is not working properly, let me connect once again. Geet, Geet, তোমার মাছটো দিবা নেকি? মোৰ মাছটো কাম কৰা নাই। Give me a second. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'm not able to annotate. So, are you able to see my cursor? If I'm moving my cursor is visible. My cursor is visible. It's moving. Okay. So I'll explain with cursor only. Okay. If I annotate, then it causing me issues. So, okay. So basically this M10, 15, 20 all these represent its characteristic strength of 150 mm cube at 28 days. Suppose I have casted for M10. So M10 is the ratio of, just give me a minute. Okay. Yes. So your M10 ratio, suppose M10 ratio in as per IS 456 2000, the ratio of M10 is 1 is to 3 is to 6. Okay. So one will be cement, 3 is the fine aggregate, 6 is the coarse aggregate. So when you construct a when we do compressive strength test by this proportion, so we should get strength on 28 this 10. Suppose I am casting a cube of M15. That means my ratio of cement, concrete, and cement, fine aggregate, and coarse aggregate will be 1 is to 2 is to 4. So on 28 days, I should get a strength of 15 on 28. If I get 14.9, that's also okay. And if I'm getting 16, that's very good. You can increase the strength also. As we have studied earlier, I have mentioned also about this, that you can use fly ash, rice husk, or different fibers to increase the strength. If you are getting more strength, suppose you have constructed the you have casted a cube of M15, and you have applied some replacement of cement, you have applied some fibers to increase the strength, and you are getting strength of 18 newton per mm square or 20. That's very good. It's a very good it's a kind of research that you have added some portion of that material and it giving you strength. So this is a one kind of project also. Okay. So based on these are the ordinary concrete. Standard concrete, you can say from M25 to 50, M25 to 55 are considered as standard concrete. And these we do mix design for these concretes also. And these are the high strength concrete from M60 to M18. Even nowadays there are M100, M200, like those strength of concrete are used in very high projects. Okay. So basically from 60 in our code, IS code, M60 to M80 are considered as high strength concrete. So these concrete should also give strength on 28 days, 60, 65, 70, 75 to 80. Okay. And if you go to the notes in the designation of concrete mix, M refers to the mix and the number to the specified compressive strength of 150 mm size cube at 28 days expressed in Newton mm square. So this represents the mix and 80 represents the your characteristic strength or compressive strength of cube concrete. Okay. So basically we design these proportions for M25, M30, M35. So we design These proportions are fixed by IS 456. These are the standard mix. You can say proportion is already predefined and which is followed all over India. For from M25, you can say for all over the world for M10 to M20. Okay. From M25 we design the proportion. So that is mix design. So these are the different standard deviation is given for grade of concrete M10 to 15. We used to take standard deviation of 3.5. From M20 to 25, we used to take standard deviation of 4. These all our values are given from IS 456 2000 table number 8. The above value corresponds to the site control having proper storage of cement, weighing batch of all materials, control addition of water, regular checking of all materials. So why we take a standard deviation? Because there may be some changes. So why we take a standard deviation? This is a good example. If you go through this note, this has explained the reason of taking this deviation. Okay. So for different grades, or we have different standard of deviation. Now factors affecting the choice of mixed proportion: because of compressive strength, workability, durability, type and size and grading of concrete, aggregate cement ratio. So these factors define the choice of mixed proportion. So if we go for the workability, the workability is the property of freshly mixed concrete which determines the ease and homogeneity with which it can be mixed, placed, consolidated and finished. And durability, the resistance to weathering action due to environmental conditions such as changes in temperature, humidity, chemical attack, abrasion, frost and fire. So various methods of concrete mix design are these are the methods: American Concrete Institute, Bureau of Indian Standard, Road Note number 4, Grading Curve Method, Department of Environment. These are the different methods for concrete mix design. But we'll study about only Indian Standard method. Okay. So I'm sharing a next new PPT. Thank you. So as per IS 10262 2009 data required. So these are the datas we need for concrete mix design. First, the first requirement is grade. What is the grade of the concrete? Okay. Next, what is the type of cement? Grade represents that we want what grade we want to construct. Suppose we want to go for M25 or M30 or M like that. Okay. Next, type of cement: OPC, PPC. Then we need maximum nominal size of, what is the nominal size of aggregate we are using? Minimum cement content, maximum water cement ratio, what is the workability, exposure condition as per table number 4 and table number 5 of IS 456. As we studied about the mild, moderate, severe, so we need exposure condition. What will be the exposure conditions? Maximum temperature of concrete at the time of placing, method of transporting and placing, early age strength requirements, then type of aggregate, maximum cement content, and whether an admixture shall or shall not be used, and the type of admixture and the condition of use. So basically these are the data we required. Now the step number 1, Note down all the steps. Okay, it has a long steps. So the first step will be to find out the target mean strength. Okay, you have to you have to set what should be your target strength. So you can find that target strength with the formula of ft equals to fck plus k into s. Here S is your standard deviation. So suppose I have been asked to find out, I have been asked to mix design for M30. So for M30, how much is the standard deviation? If you go back to the table of table number 4 of IS 456 2000, you will get for M30 your standard deviation is 5. Okay, so K is a standard value 1.65. It is usually taken as 1.65 as per IS 456 2000. For every calculation, you have to take K as 1.65. So in this way, we can get target mean strength 30 plus 1.65 into 5, that is 38.25. So we have been means for if we are designing mixed proportion for M30, but our cube should give us a strength of at least a strength of this much. Okay, we targeted more because why we targeted more strength? Suppose in placing the concrete in the cubes, then some in placing mixing some amount of cement will be with the by wind it may what I'm trying to say that there may be some omission of materials, like some material may misplace here, sometimes you may add more water, right? Sometimes you have not mixed it properly. So based on all, because of all this, we targeted more. Okay, so this is a basic first step to determine the first step is the target mean strength. So you have to find out the target mean strength depending upon the various grade of concrete. So if I have been asked to construct for M40, so you have to write here 40 plus 1.65 into what will be the standard deviation for 40. You have to go to IS 456 table number 4 to check what is the standard deviation for M40. Then you will get the target mean strength for M40. Okay. Now number of test results of samples taken from site 30. So what is standard deviation? They have discussed. Standard deviation for each batch is if significant changes in concrete batches. Okay. So basically standard deviation changes from very to very different grades. So see, if I've been asked to go for M40, I have to select standard deviation the same 5. Suppose I have been asked to design M25, so I have to select. Okay, so different grade of concrete will have different standard deviation. Now selection of mixed proportion clause number 4.1. So if you go to the IS 456 clause number 4.1, you have to select a first you have to select a water cement ratio. For the same water cement ratio, the compressive strength may differ according to different cement, supplementary cementitious material, aggregate size, grading, shape, and surface texture. Preliminary water cement ratio may be selected from established relation between water cement ratio and compressive strength. Or what you can do, it can be selected from table number 5 of IS 456 for respective exposure condition. The free water cement ratio selected according to 4.1 should be checked against the limiting water cement ratio for the requirement of durability and the lower of the two values adopted. So this is the for different workability. Okay, basically water cement ratio is selected from table number 5 of IS 456. Okay, so I guess I don't have table number 5. Okay, we'll do a problem on this mix design, then we'll go through that table number 5. Okay, just now, just briefly describe the steps in mix design. After selecting the target instance, we have to select a water cement ratio. Then we have to see the workability. So based on different placing conditions, there is a degree of workability, and these are the different slump ranges. Next is degree of site control. We have to select whether it's good or fair. Then exposure condition we have to select based on different conditions. Now selection of water cement ratio, we can select water cement ratio using graph also. Okay. Suppose M40. For M, suppose we have been asked for M40. So just for M40, suppose water cement ratio they've got from a curve. This is the curve. Our target mean strength was how much? Our target mean strength was 38 something, right? Let's see. Yes, 38.25. So if I draw a straight line from 38.25, so it will be my 38.25 will be somewhere like this. So just draw a straight line to the this curve, and where it is getting touched, you can draw a line to the water cement ratio. So if you plot this in a graph, you'll get a ratio of, I'm getting a ratio of 0.38. So this is one method to select the water cement ratio. Now you can select the water ratio from the table number 5. Okay, we have table number 5. For different exposure conditions, different for plain concrete, and if you are using this concrete for so only this for suppose where you don't have reinforcement, you can go for these ratios. And if you are using this concrete where you are placing some reinforce also, you can go with different these water cement ratio. So based on you can see the exposure conditions, what will be the minimum cement content, you can go for this. You can choose different water cement ratio based on the grade of concrete. Okay, so this is the table number 5 of IS 456 2002. So after selecting the this after getting the target mean strength, the step number 2 is selection of water cement ratio based on exposure conditions. You can find it from the graph, which will be in IS 456 itself, or you can find from the table number 5 of IS 456. Which 60? Where is 60? It's a water cement ratio. How? Which 60 you're talking about? 0.60. Okay, no, it is in not ratio, liter. How a ratio will be have एक ratio का unit नहीं होता है ना. A ratio doesn't have any unit. How it will be have unit? It will get cancelled out, na. So ratio of water cement. It is saying that whatever is a see. Let me note. If I am trying to note on my mouse, okay. Water cement ratio. Suppose 0.4. So if you find out how much water you required, you can easily find the cement water divided by that ratio. So that is the purpose of finding the water cement ratio. Okay, you can, if you know how much water you are using, you can directly find how much cement will you will require for this purpose. That is the one purpose of finding out. Okay, and water cement ratio, you need how much water you will add. That is also purpose of a cement content is given to you. So from the ratio and cement, you can find out how much water you will need for that concrete. We'll see one by one. So so this in this they're considering a moderate exposure, and our how much was the this M30, right? And maximum water cement ratio is 4.5. So for moderate, okay, yes. So for moderate, we have. maximum water cement ratio of 0.50, and from the curve we got 0.38, right? So we have maximum and two values, so from these you can select a value. There was one line, let me show you. The free water cement ratio selected according to 4.1 should be checked against the limiting water cement ratio for the requirements of durability and the lower of the two values adopted. So from graph you can collect you can get a water cement ratio, and from the table also you can get a water cement ratio, and the lower value you have to select. So from these 0.38 is lower, so we have selected this ratio. Okay. Selection of water content. So water content is influenced by all these factors: aggregate size, shape, texture, workability, ratio. So these are the factors which affect the water content. Now, maximum water content per cubic meter of concrete for nominal maximum size of aggregate. So if you are using 20 aggregate, so maximum water content will be 186 kg. So based on your aggregate given to you, you can select the maximum water content in this. Water content in table number 2 is for angular coarse aggregate, 10 kg for subangular aggregate, 20 kg for gravel with some crushed particles, 25 kg for rounded gravel. Now for slump, 25 to 50 increased by 3% for every additional slump of 25 and 5 to 10% of water reducing admixture, 20% for super plasticizer. So basically, to find out the water content, you have to consider what is the shape of the aggregate based on the okay, I'll share the video because I have seen from the last classes, when I share a video in recording, it doesn't get record properly. So what I'll do, I'll share the link of the video in, in the group. Okay, let's continue from the next class. Okay, basically just remember the first three steps are to find out the target mean strength, then then selection of water cement ratio. So when we'll solve a numerical, when we'll see the numerical, then you'll understand more. So what I'll do in the next class, we'll directly jump into the one problem. Okay. Okay, that's all for today then. Those who write your roll numbers in the chat box. Those who wrote their roll number, they can leave. Those who wrote their roll number, they can leave the class.